We are at the brand new location in Burlington of Nickel Brook Brewery. I'm going to head over to the man, the legend, the one behind it all, John. It's an empire.
Well, thank you.
You've created it.
I don't know if you want to say all that. That's very kind words, very kind words.
Thanks for having us here today. It's a great new space.
Yeah, it was sad leaving Drury Lane. We started there in '92 as Better Bitters, and Nickel Brook started in 2004. So we've been there for 30 years. So packing up, let me tell you, the stuff I found, the skeletons in the back walls. Well, we started as a U brew, then became a brewery. And, I tend to save a lot of stuff.
But isn't that part of your logo? Great beer, better stories?
Yes, there's a lot of stories there, a lot of stories there. So after 30 years, we moved here. It was hard to find the right space because the problem in Burlington is when you go industrial is the parking requirements. So we finally found a space that had the parking. And this is a great, open, bright,
I love it.
Vibrant space. The reviews on it are so far so good. We're not quite done. We've got a brewery. We've got a finished building. So all our R&D work will be done here. All our test batches and one-offs will be done here. So the whole plan will be eventually, once the system is running in the next month or two, you'll be able to come in here, say with your friends, and say, I want to make a batch of beer because it's my birthday. And if it turns out, it'll be on tap. So it'll be Emily's Lager.
Okay, but turns out by like whose standards? Like
Our
if I'm
standard.
like, John, that beer's amazing. Why are you not putting it on tap?
Then you can come with your friends and drink it only with your friends. But
Don't force the public to drink it.
If it does turn out really well, then we'll have it on tap for length of time it finishes or drain an empty tank. So will be cool.
What if it becomes really, really popular? Can you patent it and then all of a sudden you've got a beer?
Yeah, we could talk about that too.
That's
You're looking for
amazing.
kickbacks already. Look at you. Mine's working fast.
I haven't even made the beer.
Mine's working. So maybe we can do that a segment down the road.
All
we
right.
can do a brewing segment.
That sounds
But
awesome.
we're finding too, it's a great space and we're only open to 8 o'clock at night, and we were going to extend our hours to like 10, 11, 12. But almost every week, Friday and Saturday, we're getting asked if we can rent the space out for birthday parties.
Oh, right.
We've had celebrations of life's birthday parties, retirement parties, even bands. Like we'll book a band on a Saturday afternoon, like a 1 or 2 piece, and they go, hey, I'm in a full band. What are you guys doing here on Saturday night? Can I book the space and have all my friends come?
Oh, that's amazing.
Like one of our staff members is in a band, and they booked the space on the weekend, and they filled the place with all their friends.
Oh my gosh, okay. Well, clearly a success at the very beginning. We're going to be talking a little bit more about the beers and other delicious cocktails we have to offer here at Nickel Brook. Don't go anywhere. Lots more coming up on Morning Live.
Sweet rock with some. Nice shot.
Oh, can't quit my day job though, but yeah, that actually was a pretty good shot. We're here at Nickel Brook Brewery, the brand new location in Burlington. John and I have been hanging out. He's teaching me all about the new location, which is absolutely gorgeous, by the way. And now we're going to sit down and we're going to talk a little bit about what you have to offer. And clearly,
too many
you
beers.
offer
too many.
A lot.
Too many. But summer's coming, and I cannot believe the weather changed. Like they're calling for mid-20s.
I know.
By the end of the week, which is amazing.
I'm not sad about it.
Got my bike out ready, cleaned
Nice.
up, ready to go. So some of the great summer beers that we offer, Burlington actually went sour. We call it a sour brewery many, many years ago. We were the first sour brewery in Ontario where we take lactobacillica. So we make beer without hops, ferment it, add fruit, add lacto, and then do a secondary fermentation. So this was Ontario's very, very first sour beer. And I know, Emily, you're not a big beer person, but this is not really a beer. I call it more like a cider or a wine. It has you ever had kombucha before?
Yeah.
So
Does it have kombucha in it?
It's got lactose, so it actually is fermented a second time on fruit. So I want you to try this.
So does it almost do the same kind of thing for your body?
Similar.
So it's good for me. That's all I need to know.
Good for the gut.
I just need to know it's good for me.
So it's actually sour, so it's tart. It's on fruit. So somebody that doesn't drink a lot of beer or doesn't like beer.
It doesn't really taste like beer.
No. So
it does, but it doesn't.
So this is our raspberry, which is made with raspberry, hibiscus, and vanilla. And this is our Zap pink lemonade. It's made with agave and lemon. So I want you to try it.
Ooh, this has got like summer written all over it.
Yes, that's got summer written all over it. So that's this one here. It's called Zap.
I like that one. You can taste a little bit more beer, in my opinion, in this one.
In this one?
Yeah.
Then this is our lager, which is no bad days because COVID's over, so there's no bad days left in our world, hopefully.
I like it.
So it's just a nice, simple beer.
Very smooth.
Very light and simple. And
Yep.
then, of course, we make, our number one beer is Headstock, which is an IPA, which is 7%. It's high in bitterness, and beer gets its bitterness from hops, and this beer has about 70, 80 IBUs, which is units of bitterness, so it's our number one beer.
Wow.
Number two is Wicked Awesome, which is a hazy IPA. It's a New England IPA, which has a bit of haziness. And then Naughty Neighbor has been around for years. It's very strong in this area. It's an American pale ale. And then Lost in Orbit is a session IPA, so it's hoppy.
What does that mean?
Session is like it's lower in alcohol, so it's under 5%.
Okay.
So
So it's like a light beer.
yeah, because something like Headstock and Wicked, they're at 7%. So drinking, many of these,
Not recommended.
yeah, well, it is recommended depending what you want to do. But if, do you want to make it through the evening, it's not
Right.
recommended. So drinking something like Lost all night long that's my go-to. And then we've got our stouts, and we did a Radler last year, and
Nice.
we did a Salted Caramel, which is one of our barrel-aged beers that
Oh.
we put on salt and caramel. And
Okay.
Nickel Brook was also one of the very first breweries to launch a barrel program. So a lot of
Yeah.
the barrels you see that have been dismantled in the
so cool.
the site have been all barrels that we've used to make Old Kentucky and Cafe and stuff. So we make an Imperial Stout at 9%, age the beer in a barrel for a full year, and then it turns out to be almost 12%. And this is rated one of the best craft beers in Canada.
Okay, well, there you have it. Coming up, we're going to be talking about two of the favorite beers here at Nickel Brook. So for now, we'll send things back inside to you guys. Okay, now this kind of had to have its own segment because these two beers are, I don't know, probably in the top 3 most popular. I would
They're
say
pretty
the
popular,
most
pretty
popular because
popular.
they're non-alcoholic. And I want you to tell the viewers the story behind the names of these beers.
Okay, so we were in Ellicottville skiing many, many years ago, and my daughter went ballistic over the root beer there, and we found out that root beer was never a pop. It was a tea. It was called root tea, invented by Dr. Hires.
Just the smell.
And we make the recipe to the original, or make the root beer, the original recipe of Dr. Hires. So we need to steep anise, licorice, cinnamon, ferment it. So it takes a couple of days to make.
Everybody in the
And-
station was like, "You're going to Nickel Brook? I'll take some root beer. Can you get me some root beer? Can you get me some root beer?"
It is pretty popular here. So we were driving somewhere, and we couldn't figure out a name what to call the root beer. And my daughter talks more than I do, believe it or not. So she was in the back seat. My wife and I are driving somewhere. I look over at my wife and said, "Trace, I think I figured out the name for a root beer. We're going to call it Babylon Brooks."
I think that's so cute. So it's kind of her namesake. For the rest of her life, she'll
Yeah.
forever be known as the root beer or the little girl that never stopped talking. And the ginger beer as well. It's called Naughty Nick's. And Nicholas is the name of your son.
Yes.
And he was naughty?
He was naughty because he started having keg parties at a very young age.
I
so
love that you just told everybody that.
Don't tell him said that. Take that back.
I will totally be that parent.
And we're pretty excited about our new beer sales are, up and down like a toilet seat right now. So we decided to get into the cocktail beverage
Which I am
industry.
like right on board with. Like,
So this
yes.
was created in my kitchen table with my soda stream machine. My wife,
That's
we were in
brilliant.
Quebec years ago, and everybody was drinking these Palomas from a craft cocktail company, and they loved it. So I created this, I'm not kidding, on my kitchen table and then in our boardroom.
I love that.
So it's made with agave spirit, grapefruit juice, blood orange juice, and lime juice.
The
it's
last
7%.
time John was at our station, he dropped off 1 can, gave it to me, and I took it home, and I had it that weekend out in beautiful sunshine. It was like the beginning of spring to me. So for this cocktail will forever be known as the beginning of spring.
So
to me.
this launched last Friday in the LCBO. We need your help to get it listed in more stores. It's in about 100 stores right now.
It's so good.
And I didn't want to get into the RTD business, so we're probably going to launch several cocktails, but we're going to go after high quality and stuff that takes 3-4 ingredients to mix. Like,
Yeah.
this Paloma is made with, you can make tequila, you need
Yep.
soda, you need grapefruit juice, lime juice, blood orange juice. That's a lot to do at home, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So next one, because of our ginger beer, we're probably going to do a Dark and Stormy or a
All right.
Moscow Mule.
Well, we look forward to those, that's
so
for
we're
sure.
going to get into the cocktail business, I hope. We'll see how
Yay.
this performs. So we need your help to buy lots of Palomas and lots of beer this summer. to keep the traction going.
There you go. Came from the man himself. Make sure you buy lots of that stuff at the LCBO. Lots more coming up on Morning Live. Great beer, better stories. Not only do they have great beer and cocktails, but they have a great selection of merchandise here at Nickel Brook Brewery
We have
in
a
Burlington.
new model now.
Yeah?
I have to call you every time we get new swag.
You gonna put me on posters and stuff?
We can talk about that. We
I'm
can
in.
talk about that. So our branding, and we spend a lot of time and effort creating, artwork for all our brands. We have a full-time illustrator, Cole, and as you can tell, a lot of effort goes into these. So we have
cool.
We have a T-shirt for all our
Love
core
this
brands.
one too.
Headstock. So
Yeah.
Headstocks are number one, and how we got that. We used to do a lot of festivals, Sound of Music, and a bunch of events and stuff, and music festivals and Rib Fest. And there's always music, so we tried to create a brand that, because what happens, you're listening to music and usually drinking beer.
Yeah.
So
I think
that
I
was
have one
of
of
our
these
first.
already at home.
The vintage. That's where we put
Yeah.
our barrel aged beers.
Yeah.
We have toques and hoodies and stuff, and
I love this.
And sweats, shirts, and that's some of our old branding.
So cute. Oh,
that
so
we have.
soft. Like the quality of the material. Love this.
We buy a tri-blend that they call. That's our old branding. So we used to be a Miracle of Science, then we went
I
beer
love
down
it.
to a science, and now it's great beer, better stories, because my brother and I tell too many stories.
It's amazing though. I love hearing your stories. I could sit here and drink beer, listen to your stories all day.
And
I
you're not a
really
beer
could.
drinker. That's amazing.
And I could still hang out, right?
That's amazing. We're going to walk over to what's going to be our new patio.
Oh
and
my gosh, how excited are you for patio
it's going to
season?
be 25 degrees in a couple of days. Crazy.
So does that mean your patio is going to be open for people to come out
We're
this week?
hoping.
that what you're
We're
saying?
getting our license any minute now. So I'm going to call the city right after we're done this segment.
Okay, so now we're out in the new space. Absolutely gorgeous, tons of sunshine, and it is so big out here. Your patio is going to be huge.
Yes, we're excited about it because it's also going to be sitting on the west side of the building, so it'll get sun all afternoon into the evening. We got some decorating. We're not done yet. We're hoping to get the permit in the next few weeks, but we're going to be.
What's your vision? Like, are you going to put something on that
We're going to put a lattice
fence?
across,
So
and
you
then
can't see the cars?
we've got hop plants that are still at Drury Lane, which I'm going to dig out very soon, and we're going to start growing hops, and we're going to basically line them because hops grow up on a vine.
Yeah.
So we're going to grow the hops across, so it would be some shade. So it'll be some tables, some high tops. We have a garage door that will be open every time the patio's open if it's not too hot.
Are you hoping to potentially get music within
On-
kind of the garage door, open it up, you got the vibe?
We're pretty busy on the weekend with live music, so I'm hoping that maybe the entertainment will sit or play here, so
Okay.
people on the patio can enjoy it, and then if anybody by the bar or in this area can still be inside and enjoy the music too.
So gorgeous out here. Okay, if anyone wants to book an event, if they want to come and contact you, how do they do it?
You
the
can
best way
email
to
me
do it?
myself, john@nickelbrook.com, or retail@nickelbrook.com. Rob, our taproom manager, is amazing. He gets nothing but positive reviews. He's very organized, very thorough, everything he does. So.
Amazing. Well, thanks so much for having
Thanks
us.
for coming.
Congratulations on all your
Finally
success.
meeting you.
I know, and I can't wait to come back and enjoy this patio in the summertime.